Smithsonian Magazine once asked, "Can one astonishing find rewrite entire chapters of our planet's story?" From Helicoprion's jaw that slices prey like a living buzzsaw to the mysterious chain sealed away for millions of years, these are two of the discoveries push us to rethink everything we know about what lurks beneath the Earth's surface. Are you ready to see what else miners have pulled from the depths? Let's go. Helicoprion was one of the most unusual prehistoric predators to ever live. Its most puzzling feature? A spiral-shaped structure filled with sharp teeth. For over a century, scientists couldn't figure out where this spiral belonged. Some thought it was inside the mouth, others believed it was part of a trunk-like extension. That mystery lingered until a fossil was unearthed in a coal mine in Russia's Volgograd region. Unlike previous discoveries, this one revealed the truth. The spiral was embedded deep in the lower jaw, allowing Helicoprion to continuously grow new teeth. Even more fascinating, when the fish closed its mouth, the spiral would rotate forward, slicing prey with precision. This strange adaptation helped the creature feed efficiently and defend itself in ancient seas. While it may sound bizarre today, Helicoprion is just one of many prehistoric animals with traits, unlike anything seen in modern species. Thanks to discoveries like this in deep coal seams, we continue uncovering nature's most mind-bending designs from Earth's distant past. But what happens when miners stumble upon something that rewrites dinosaur history entirely? In the year 2013, during a geological survey of an abandoned coal mine near the town of Areno in Spain, paleontologists made a groundbreaking discovery. Buried deep within layers of ancient rock were the fossilized remains of two dinosaurs belonging to a previously unknown species. The bones were quickly sent for analysis, and the new species was officially named Europa carbonensis. At first, researchers believed the fossils belonged to the Ankylosaur family, known for their armored bodies and triangular skulls. But these specimens told a different story. Their skulls were round and curved, features that didn't match ankylosaurs. After closer examination, scientists reclassified the species as part of the Nodosaur genus, a group of herbivorous dinosaurs also known for their tough, scaly armor. Radiometric dating placed these nodosaurs at around 113 million years old, making them the oldest known nodosaur remains ever discovered in Europe. Even more fascinating, Spain has yielded several other new dinosaur species over the past 2 decades, further cementing its coal mines as vital portals into Earth's distant past. Dinosaurs aren't the only surprises hiding underground. What if a tiny, aggressive insect from the shadows defied all logic? During the early 1950s, deep inside a coal mine in Glamorgan, Wales, researchers encountered a cockroach that, at first glance, seemed almost ordinary. However, upon closer study, it revealed a set of traits never seen before, both physically and behaviorally. This insect had white eyes, unusually long and thick antennae, and displayed extreme territorial aggression. For a time, scientists even believed it might be blind, though further testing ruled that out. Initially, the specimen was believed to be a single mutated individual. But over the next 50 years, similar cockroaches began to surface, first in Adolorata Cemetery in Malta, where 6 individuals were recorded, and later in other parts of the United Kingdom. Eventually, the species became informally known as the Balaglazov mutant, recognized for its pale-eyed appearance and defensive behavior toward other cockroaches. To this day, scientists remain unsure how a species believed to have originated in a Welsh coal mine could also be found over 1,000 miles away, on an island in the Mediterranean. Speaking of creepy creatures, wait until you hear what scientists found crawling beneath whales. Back in the year 2017, a team of British biologists explored an abandoned coal mine in Wales, aiming to study invertebrates surviving in the dark, isolated environment. Initially, their research turned up little of interest, until they encountered a strange new species of centipede. quickly nicknamed the Mare monster due to its unsettling appearance. This discovery was significant. No new centipede species had been identified in the United Kingdom since the year 1993. Even more puzzling, this centipede's closest known relatives are native to the Iberian Peninsula. Researchers suspect its larvae may have arrived through imported industrial goods and adapted to the underground conditions over time. Though harmless to humans and modest in size, the centipede's glossy brown shell, translucent legs, and long ant-like antennae made it stand out. At first, it was thought to be a known species, but genetic studies confirmed it was entirely new, proving that even abandoned mines can still hold living secrets from the natural world. But what if the strangest thing ever found in a mine wasn't alive, or even from this planet? Before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? In the year 1885, miners in Austria uncovered a strange metallic object inside a lump of coal. Known today as the Salzburg Cube, or Wolfsegg iron, the artifact was handed over to the Museum of Natural History in Vienna due to its unusual shape and structure. About a decade later, mining engineer Adolf Gerlt examined the object more closely. Covered in symmetrical indentations, and unlike anything he'd encountered before, the cube stood out. Gerlt initially speculated it might be a meteorite, but it lacked the melting marks typically seen on space debris. Further tests revealed it contained none of the usual extraterrestrial metals like cobalt, nickel, or chromium. While some reports suggested the cube may have originated in coal deposits dating from millions of years ago, no definitive scientific consensus has ever been reached regarding its age. The American writer Charles Fort later referenced the cube, suggesting it could be the product of an ancient or extraterrestrial civilization. Though no evidence has supported that claim, the artifact continues to attract interest among researchers of unexplained phenomena. Today, the Salzburg Cube is housed at the Heimathaus Museum in Vaclabruck, not far from where it was discovered, its purpose and origin still a mystery. Next, an ancient treasure formed by time, not by hand, so perfect, it challenged the tools of modern machinery. In the year 2016, deep within a coal mine near Krasnoyarsk in Russia, miners made a striking discovery. At a depth of nearly 130 feet, they uncovered a group of smooth stone spheres, each nearly 3 feet in diameter. Nicknamed the pearls of the Jurassic period, these perfectly round stones were so hard that even an excavator bucket couldn't break them. 10 of these spheres were brought to the surface for scientific analysis. Due to their unusual symmetry, vibrant surface patterns, and shifting colors, some speculated they might be relics from an unknown ancient civilization. But experts offered a grounded explanation. According to Olga Yakunina from the Museum of Geology of Central Siberia, these are known as concretions, geological formations similar in principle to how pearls grow. They formed roughly 145 million years ago during the Jurassic period, when much of western Siberia was submerged beneath an ancient sea. Organic matter such as algae or shells acted as a nucleus. Over time, layers of sediment hardened around them, cemented by iron and manganese compounds in the water. With extreme pressure, they transformed into the nearly indestructible spheres we see today. If you stumbled across a 3-foot-wide stone sphere deep underground, would you believe it was a natural formation or proof of something far older than history admits? Let us know in the comments below. In the year 2011, former Wall Street banker Randall Atkins made what seemed like a standard investment. He purchased a coal mine near Sheridan, Wyoming, for $2 million. His plan was to extract coal for power generation. But what lay beneath the surface turned out to be far more valuable. After detailed geological surveys, scientists discovered that the site contained significant quantities of rare earth elements. Unlike conventional sources, typically embedded in solid igneous rock, this deposit was classified as unconventional because the elements were found in softer, less typical formations. Known today as the Brook Mine, it is now considered the largest rare earth deposit of its kind in the United States, with an estimated value of over $37 billion. Rare earth elements are vital in modern manufacturing. They're used in high-performance batteries, optical glass that transmits infrared light, and materials that absorb ultraviolet radiation. Before this find, the United States heavily relied on imports from China. This Wyoming discovery has since reshaped the nation's access to these critical resources, thanks to one unexpected purchase. Still not impressed? How about a fossilized turtle the size of a car, buried in coal for 60 million years? In a coal mine deep within Colombia, workers made a remarkable discovery: a fossilized turtle shell as large as a compact electric car. Scientists later identified it as Carbonensis cofrinii, commonly known as the coal turtle, dating back approximately 60 million years. Turtles lived alongside dinosaurs, but they were typically small. Carbonensis, however, appeared about 5 million years after the dinosaurs went extinct. During this same period, other enormous species emerged, including the giant snake Titanoboa. Paleontologists believe this burst of gigantism came from major ecosystem changes: fewer predators, minimal competition, and abundant vegetation. Unlike modern turtles, Carbonensis had massive, crushing jaws capable of devouring large quantities of food and possibly even other animals. The fossil was recovered from the Serbia Formation, a geologic site already known for extraordinary Paleocene-era discoveries. But none matched the sheer scale of this turtle. Once buried beneath layers of coal, Carbonensis now stands as a colossal reminder of Earth's forgotten giants. In the early 20th century, deep within a coal mine in Coasley, in the West Midlands of England, workers unearthed a small fossilized skull. Decades later, scientists identified it as belonging to an ancient species of ray-finned fish, a group that first emerged more than 319 million years ago during the Carboniferous period. Based on its size, the fish likely measured around 6 inches in length and fed on small crustaceans and mollusks. For nearly a century, the fossil remained in a museum collection, until a team from the University of Michigan and the University of Birmingham conducted a high-resolution scan using computed tomography. In 2022, they made an astonishing discovery: the fish's brain was preserved in 3 dimensions, making it the oldest known vertebrate brain ever found. This breakthrough offered new insight into how the brains of ray-finned fish evolved. Today, these fish develop their brains through eversion, where the front part folds outward during embryonic growth. In contrast, other vertebrates form their brains through inward folding. Remarkably, this ancient specimen lacked the eversion trait, proving that this key evolutionary development had not yet appeared. Even more astonishing, it is one of the very few fossils where soft tissue, specifically brain matter, has survived for hundreds of millions of years. Now brace yourself, because what if human-made gold jewelry was found inside coal said to be 300 million years old? In June of the year 1891, a strange report appeared in the Morrisonville Times, a small-town newspaper in Illinois. It detailed an astonishing discovery by a woman named Mrs. Culp. That morning, as she broke apart a lump of coal for kindling, something unexpected caught her eye. Inside the coal was a gold chain, perfectly coiled in a circle. The piece had cracked near its center, revealing part of the chain, while its ends remained tightly embedded. The chain measured nearly 10 inches long and weighed just over 6.5 ounces. Made from 8-cut gold, its craftsmanship suggested significant age. Experts who examined the find agreed it had been sealed within the coal since the formation of that chunk. And that's where it gets baffling. The coal itself formed between 250 and 350 million years ago, long before humans, or even early ancestors, walked the Earth. So the question is, how did an object made with advanced metalworking end up inside prehistoric coal? No definitive answers exist. But some believe this artifact, and others like it, are evidence that intelligent civilizations may have existed hundreds of millions of years before us. In South Africa, near the city of Klerksdorp, miners unearthed metallic spheres with remarkably symmetrical grooves and ridges. These objects, commonly referred to as the Klerksdorp spheres, are composed primarily of hematite and pyrite, and were found embedded in a mineral-rich layer of pyrophyllite. While some claim these spheres are relics of an ancient advanced civilization, geologists have confirmed they are natural formations, concretions that developed slowly within 3-billion-year-old Precambrian rock. Though visually striking, their features are the result of geological processes unfolding over immense timescales, not human craftsmanship. In 1961, three friends, Mikey Sell, Wallace Lane, and Virginia Maxey, were exploring the Coso Mountains near Olancha, California, searching for geodes. Instead, they found a strange stone. It wasn't jade, but it stood out, so they brought it home. When they tried to cut it open, they discovered a white, ceramic-like object inside. At its core was a thin metal rod, about 2 millimeters wide, that reacted to a magnet. Alongside it were two more objects, one like a nail, another resembling a washer. The structure was hexagonal, and the surface of the stone was encrusted with fossilized shells. A geologist, consulted by Maxey, estimated the age of the surrounding fossil layer to be at least 500,000 years. Later, creationist Ron Calais studied it further using X-ray imaging. Paul J. Willis, editor of Info magazine, suggested the inner object looked like a spark plug. Now known as the Coso artifact, it remains a subject of debate. If genuine, it could suggest advanced technology far older than any known civilization, or it could be a natural anomaly that science has yet to fully explain. In the Wilburton coal mines of Oklahoma, a man named Frank J. Kennard claimed to have discovered a cast iron pot embedded in a lump of coal. When the coal was analyzed, its geological age was estimated to be around 312 million years from the Pennsylvanian period. Kennard provided a written note documenting the find, including its precise location and circumstances. Naturally, mainstream scientists rejected the idea that the pot could have been made during that era, as it would directly challenge the established timeline of human history. Rather than debating the artifact's origin, it was eventually placed in the Creation Evidence Museum in Glen Rose, Texas, where it remains on display as part of a collection of so-called out-of-place artifacts. Whether the pot truly dates back to prehistoric times or ended up in the coal through later contamination remains an open question, but it continues to spark debate among researchers and skeptics alike. And just when you think we've hit the limit, what if you found ancient tools hinting that humans walked Europe 700,000 years ago? In the summer of 2023, archaeologists uncovered one of the oldest human-related sites in Europe, buried beneath a coal mine in the Megalopolis basin of southern Greece. This region, steeped in myths about ancient giants battling the gods of Olympus, had been under excavation for years. But only recently did scientists explore a long-abandoned section of the mine, and the discovery was extraordinary. Embedded in sediment layers were primitive stone tools dating back around 700,000 years. These early Acheulean-type tools were likely used for hunting, processing meat, working wood, and preparing animal skins. Fossilized remains of now extinct animals were also found nearby, offering a glimpse into the ancient environment. According to researchers, this site is now the oldest known hominin settlement in Greece, possibly linked to early human ancestors such as Homo heidelbergensis. It marks a major milestone in European archaeology. This find not only expands our understanding of human prehistory, but also brings new intrigue to the age-old myths rooted in the landscape of megalopolis. On June 5, 1852, Scientific American published a curious report from Massachusetts. Following an explosion at Meeting House Hill in Dorchester, a mysterious metal object was reportedly hurled to the surface from deep within solid rock. According to an anonymous source, it was found inside a split stone, and when reassembled, it formed a bell-shaped vase just over 4 inches tall. The metal resembled silver and was adorned with 6 floral motifs and a laurel wreath-like base. What astonished observers was the estimated age of the rock it came from, more than 600 million years old, dating back to the Precambrian era, long before humans or complex life had evolved. Some scientists dismissed it as a hoax, noting its similarity to 10th-century vases. Still, others were puzzled, especially by claims that the surface bore images of plant species believed to have vanished over 100,000 years ago. Whether a misidentified relic or a genuine out-of-place artifact, the Dorchester vase remains one of the most enigmatic objects ever brought to light from beneath the Earth's surface. If this vase really came from rock over 600 million years old, do you think it's a lost piece of ancient technology, or is there another explanation we're all missing? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. In the year 1889, during a well drilling operation in Nampa, Idaho, workers made a discovery that still stirs controversy. At a depth of around 330 feet, buried within layers of compacted clay, they unearthed a small fired clay figurine shaped like a human female figure, clearly crafted by hand. Given the depth and geological context, it seemed unlikely the artifact was a recent intrusion. No one would excavate that deep just to plant a hoax. Years later, the figurine came into the possession of researcher John Wright, who devoted extensive time to its study. Scientific interest grew when experts noted red staining on the surface, later identified as iron oxide, indicating the artifact had been underground for a very long time. Renowned geologist George Frederick Wright concluded that the figurine had been recovered from strata dating back to the transition between the Pliocene and Pleistocene epochs, placing its potential age at over 2 million years. To this day, the Nampa figurine remains an unexplained find, one that challenges long-held assumptions about the timeline of human history. Not all discoveries are fossils or artifacts. Some are disasters that won't die. What if the Earth itself has been burning for decades? Near the Australian city of Newcastle, residents noticed persistent smoke rising from the ground. The source? A long-burning underground fire in the abandoned Clarivale coal mine, which was built in the year 1893. By the 1930s, the mine employed over 1,000 workers, but production declined over time, and the site was permanently closed in 1966. When emergency crews arrived, they discovered the fire had been smoldering unnoticed for more than 1 year. Investigators traced the epicenter to 2 old ponds filled with mine waste. Efforts to extinguish the fire were quickly halted when it became clear that intervention could trigger a deadly collapse of the surrounding ground. Underground coal fires are uncommon but extremely dangerous. They typically start when oxygen reaches exposed coal seams or leftover waste. If peat is also involved, the fire can burn hotter and spread faster. Similar fires have occurred in the United States, China, and other mining regions, some of them still burning decades after they began. In the year 2012, miners working near the town of Kostolac in eastern Serbia made a surprising discovery while excavating at a depth of around 20 meters, or approximately 65 feet. Beneath the layers of soil and coal, they uncovered fossilized remains of several enormous Ice Age creatures. When paleontologists arrived, they identified the bones as belonging to woolly mammoths, a species that once roamed vast parts of Eurasia. Continued excavation revealed a total of 6 individual mammoth skeletons, each dating back roughly 12,000 years. Detailed examination showed that these mammoths stood nearly 13 feet tall at the shoulder, with tusks measuring up to 10 feet long. What drew so many mammoths to a single spot remains uncertain. Scientists suspect the area may have been a natural watering hole, but the precise cause of their simultaneous death is still unknown. Mammoths evolved during the Pliocene epoch, over 5 million years ago, and survived into the early Holocene, with the last isolated populations disappearing around 4,000 years ago, likely due to a combination of climate change and human hunting. You've heard of fossils, but how about an entire rainforest turned to stone beneath Illinois? Stay tuned. Coal mines are often associated with industrial history, but deep underground they can also preserve entire chapters of Earth's ancient past. In the year 2017, at a depth of nearly 330 feet, miners in the state of Illinois uncovered a breathtaking discovery: a fossilized rainforest preserved in place and dating back approximately 300 million years. Scientists believe this ancient forest was buried rapidly following a major tectonic collapse, which caused the land to sink below sea level. Over time, layers of sediment sealed off the forest floor. As peat slowly transformed into coal, it left behind detailed fossil impressions of the towering trees, ferns, and seed plants that once thrived there. These fossil beds have given paleobotanists a rare look into an ancient ecosystem from the Carboniferous period, long before the rise of dinosaurs. Among the discoveries were entire species of extinct plants, some previously unknown to science, offering new insights into how prehistoric forests responded to environmental change over millions of years. To finish, one last twist: what if nature invented high-tech materials long before humanity ever dreamed of it? In a groundbreaking twist, researchers working in Siberia, at a depth of roughly 130 feet, uncovered a naturally occurring material that closely resembles what chemists call metal organic frameworks, or MOFs. Until recently, MOFs were thought to be purely man-made. MOFs are highly porous hybrid compounds made from metal ions bonded to organic molecules. They've become essential in modern science due to their ability to store gases like hydrogen, trap pollutants, and even carry medication at a molecular level. To date, over 27,000 synthetic MOFs have been developed in laboratories. But this Siberian discovery was different. It was not engineered. It was formed by natural geological processes, mimicking complex materials that scientists believed existed only in controlled lab settings. This finding not only challenged long-held assumptions in chemistry but also proved that nature had mastered advanced molecular engineering long before humans did. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.